Prince William, Kate, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle found their Fab Four walkabout awkward, it has been claimed. The Waleses and the Sussexes reunited for a walkabout outside Windsor Castle earlier this month to view floral tributes to the Queen and greet well-wishers. But an insider has claimed the royals, once dubbed the Fab Four, found it hard but went through with it for the late monarch. The source told US magazine People, "It was awkward. Both couples found it hard. They were in a stoic spirit of just getting through it for the Queen." It comes as brothers William and Harry have been embroiled in an ongoing rift, while Meghan claimed during her Oprah Winfrey interview that Kate made her cry ahead of her royal wedding following previous reports it was the other way round. Follow below for live updates on the royal family. Follow our blog for the latest royal news. Image, Getty. Trending key events. Bombshell poll reveals Harry and Meghan should not be full-time royals. 10:52:58 minutes ago. 17:22 Katie Harris. Meghan and Harry's seating arrangement at funeral. A sign of favour. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were far from snubbed when it came to the seating arrangements for Queen Elizabeth II's funeral service held on Monday at Westminster Abbey, according to a royal historian. Commentator Gareth Russell argued the Duke and Duchess were given a place of honour as, while they sat in the second row, they were positioned directly behind King Charles III and Camilla, the Queen consort. He told Us Weekly magazine, "That's the etiquette. If you know what the etiquette is, it actually is a place of honour. To be the one behind the King is actually a sign of favour." The Sussexes sat behind the Queen and Queen consort at Westminster Abbey. Image, Getty. 2 hours ago. 16:12 Katie Harris. William shares message to Earthshot Prize event. Prince William has spoken of the great comfort has taken in those supporting his environmental initiative, a message recorded a day after the Queen's funeral. The Prince of Wales had been due to travel New York to attend an event today for his Earthshot Prize, but the royals continue to observe a period of mourning for the late monarch. In a virtual message to those gathered, recorded on Tuesday, he said, "Though it is the saddest of circumstances that means I cannot join you in person today, I am pleased to be able to join you in video form as you gather in New York for the Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit." He added, "During this time of grief, I take great comfort in your continued enthusiasm, optimism and commitment to the Earthshot Prize and what we are trying to achieve. Protecting the environment was a cause close to my grandmother's heart. And I know she would have been delighted to hear about this event and the support you're all giving our Earthshot finalists, the next generation of environmental pioneers." The Prince of Wales shared a message. Image, Kensington Palace. 3 hours ago. 15:42 Katie Harris. Meghan and Harry should not return to royal fold. Poll. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry should not consider rejoining the royal family following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, a poll of Express.co.uk readers has found. In a poll that ran from 8 a.m. on Monday, September 12, to 1 p.m. on Wednesday, September 21, Express.co.uk asked readers, should Meghan and Harry rejoin the royal family after Queen's death? Some 35,084 people responded, with the overwhelming majority, 92%, 32,241 people, answering no. 7%, 2,494 people, said yes, while just 1%, 349 people, said they did not know. Harry and Meghan joined the royals for official events following the Queen's death. Image, Getty. 3 hours ago. 15:22 Katie Harris. Royals to carry out engagements after funeral. Members of the royal family will carry out engagements this week to thank those involved in the Queen's funeral. It comes after the nation said a final goodbye to the late monarch on Monday. The Queen's funeral took place on Monday. Image, Getty. 3 hours ago 14:59 Elise Hyam Queen staff incandescent with grief. The Queen's personal staff were said to be incandescent with grief after the death of Her Majesty, after being around her for the final days of her life. Paul Wybrew, page of the Backstairs, a senior role that oversees the male staff, and Barry Mitford, the late Queen's Sergeant-at-Arms, were among 10 members of staff who took part in the solemn procession to Westminster Hall, where the monarch laid in state for over 4 days. Mr. Wybrew, who at 6 feet 4 inches tall towered over the 5 feet 3 inches Queen, was described as the monarch's favourite courtier. Read more. 4 hours ago and 14:41 Elise Hyam. Some Commonwealth countries may leave following death of the Queen. The Commonwealth of Nations is made up of 56 countries from across the globe, including the Maldives, Canada, and New Zealand. In 2021, Barbados became the first country in almost 30 years to remove the Queen as head of state and become a republic. Jamaica, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent, and the Grenadines have all expressed Republican sentiment in recent years, meaning the future Commonwealth could stand in stark contrast to the one the Queen inherited in 1952. Read more. 4 hours ago and 14:27 Elise Hyam. Where is Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, in the line of succession? Following the death of the Queen, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, is now 8th in the royal line of succession, despite being recently stripped of his HRH title and military titles. The Duke of York lost these titles in the wake of backlash from U.S. civil action over sexual assault allegations, claims he has vehemently and repeatedly denied. Many decades ago, Prince Andrew was second in line to the throne, behind his older brother Charles. But now, he is 9th in the order of succession, following the arrival of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 2 children, Archie and Lilibet. 4 hours ago and 14:00 Elise Hyam. Meghan and Harry to leave UK almost immediately. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been tipped to travel back to California as soon as possible now that the royal family and the country have bid their final farewell to the Queen. Meghan and Prince Harry were last at their Montecito home on September 3, when they left the US to attend a few planned events linked to various charities they work with. The pair are now expected to return to California at speed in order to be reunited with their young children, Archie Harrison and Lilibet Lily Diana, who have reportedly remained in the US. Read more. Image, Getty. 5 hours ago 13:44 Elise Hyam. Royal poll, should King Charles III slim down royal family to 7 working members? The King could reduce the number of working royals down to just 7 senior members. It is reported that the slimmed-down royals would include King Charles III and his Queen consort Camilla, Prince William, and Kate Middleton, Prince Edward, and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, and Princess Anne. Prince Andrew could have also been featured had he not been forced to step down from his position following his association with Jeffrey Epstein. Vote now. 5 hours ago 12:56 Elise Hyam. King Charles to spend week in mourning at Balmoral. King Charles has travelled to Balmoral, where his mother died on September 8, for a week of mourning following the funeral on Monday. Charles and the Queen consort flew from London to Aberdeen to begin 7 days of royal mourning at their Berkeley home on the Balmoral estate. The royal family will not undertake any royal engagements this week as they are still in an official period of mourning. Read more. Image, Getty. 6 hours ago 12:41 Elise Hyam. Camilla real boss in relationship, says former aide. The new Queen consort Camilla has been described as the royals' secret weapon and is expected to be Charles' source of strength in his new role as king. The former Duchess of Cornwall is also a great partner and an excellent advisor to King Charles, according to King Charles' former communications secretary, Julian Payne. He added that partnership, duty and service, mixed with a healthy sense of humor are probably the key ingredients which drive Camilla as opposed to royal titles. Read more. Image, Getty. 6 hours ago 12:26 Elise Hyam. Harry and Meghan detached from firm after erroneous invite. Royal commentator and reporter Camilla Tominey recalled the state reception invitation debacle, reports of which first emerged late last week, as the Sussexes' relationship with the royal family remains under scrutiny. The pair were originally been invited to the reception held at Buckingham Palace on Sunday evening by King Charles III and Queen Camilla. However, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex ended up not being among the royal guests supporting Charles and Camilla in their roles as hosts, as they had reportedly been invited to the official event in error. Read more. 6 hours ago 12:04 Elise Hyam. Queen's favourite pony to live with Princess Anne or Zara Tindall. The Queen's pony Emma will most likely be rehomed amongst the royal family, possibly with other equestrian lovers Princess Anne and Zara Tindall, according to a royal biographer. Emma won the hearts of the nation during the Queen's procession on Monday, as she watched her owner's hearse pass along the long walk up to Windsor Castle. Claudia Joseph said, "It is likely that the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne, and daughter, Zara, who were both Olympic equestrians and well-known horse lovers, are likely to be involved in what happens next to the Queen's animals." Read more. Image, Getty. 7 hours ago 11:45 Elise Hyam. Charles urged to figure out line of succession as Harry no longer infirm. King Charles needs to figure out the line of succession to make sure the crown is safeguarded should a tragedy strike, according to a royal author Robert Jobson. Mr. Jobson believes Prince Harry, as a non-working royal, could not fulfill the task to support his 9-year-old nephew Prince George should both King Charles and Prince William become unable to carry out their constitutional duties. He said, "If something dreadful should happen to both him and William, then the heir would be a 9-year-old boy. There would need to be a prince or princess regent until George was old enough to rule. This is something the Queen was very worried about, often encouraging William not to fly by helicopter to his Norfolk home Manor Hall. At the moment, this task would traditionally fall to Harry, but as a non-working royal this cannot be." Read more. 7 hours ago 11:28 Elise Hyam. Harry informed of Queen death mid-flight. The Duke of Sussex was allegedly told of the Queen's death mid-flight by his father King Charles, just 5 minutes before the official public announcement from Buckingham Palace, according to reporting by The Telegraph. The public statement regarding the Queen's death was reportedly delayed until King Charles was able to inform his second son of the news, just moments before he arrived in Scotland. A source told The Telegraph the Duke of Sussex was not treated differently to any other member of the royal family. They also claimed the new king had not been in regular contact with anyone on the day in question. Read more. 7 hours ago 11:08 Elise Hyam. Where are the Sussexes in the line of succession? Despite Prince Harry's decision to step down as a senior member of the royal family, should none of the Waleses become king or queen, the Duke of Sussex is now 5th in the line of succession. The Duke of Sussex formally stepped away from his royal duties in 2020 and has since made a home for himself and his wife, Meghan Markle, in California with their children Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor and Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor. Image, Getty. 7 hours ago 10:52 Elise Hyam. Bombshell poll reveals Harry and Meghan should not be full-time royals. A new poll, conducted exclusively for Express.co.uk, has revealed more than half of all Britons think the Duke and Duchess of Sussex should not be allowed to become full-time members of the royal family again. Of 2,351 respondents to a Savannah Rees taken right before the funeral on Monday, 57% said they believed the pair should not be allowed to rejoin the fold as full-time members while they continue to live in the USA. Only 32% said they think they should be allowed to become full-time working royals, whereas 11% said they didn't know. The pair have recently been in the UK following the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Prince Harry walked behind the coffin of his later grandmother on Monday, whereas Meghan attended the funeral and committal ceremony alongside Queen Consort Camilla and Princess of Wales, Kate. 8 hours ago 10:34 Release Hyam Queen Camilla could scrap key royal role. One expert has claimed the tradition of having ladies-in-waiting may not be filled again under Queen Consort Camilla. Marlene Kinnig, a historian who has spent several years researching the royal family, explained Queen Camilla may scrap the role in a bid to modernise the monarchy. Ms. Kinnig told Express.co.uk, "There are some positions that may no longer be filled." Read more. 8 hours ago 10:18 Elise Hyam Queen had no regrets. The Queen told one of her guests at Balmoral Castle she had no regrets just a few days before her death. Right Reverend Dr. Ian Greenshields, moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, stayed with the Queen prior to her death. He recalled, "She said right at the beginning of her time when she was becoming Queen that she was going to ask God for wisdom. And that's something which persisted throughout her life. When I was chatting to her about her faith she said she had no regrets at all." Read more. Image, Getty. 8 hours ago 10:02 Elise Hyam Prince of Wales title branded offensive, weird, pointless. The Prince of Wales, Tywysog Cymru, is a historic title that was originally held by pre-12th century native Welsh kings and princes. The last Welsh Prince of Wales, Dafydd ap Griffith, was brutally killed on the orders of Edward I of England in 1283, and ever since then a member of the monarchy has held the position. Yvonne Hugh Dafydd, a 68-year-old actor living in Pontyclun, has told INews the title should no longer exist. Edward I placed the Welsh prince's severed head on a pike staff and displayed it outside the Tower of London and then declared his own son to be the new Prince of Wales. This was the final humiliation in the conquering of the Welsh nation. Every Prince of Wales since then has been a confirmation of that insult. I'd be quite willing to forget as it's been a long time. However, the English establishment, often with the aid of Welsh sycophants, insists on revisiting this ancient scab by reminding us Welsh of our subjugation by the foisting of a new Prince of Wales on us when an English monarch dies. You'd have thought in these modern, more equitable, inclusive times that there is no need for such chest-beating and gloating over a subjugated people. King Charles being invested as the Prince of Wales. Image, Getty. 9 hours ago 09:42 Elise Hyam. What is Prince Charles' cipher? A royal cipher acts as a monogram, and each is unique to the reigning monarch of the time. The Queen's cipher was heir, which stands for Elizabeth II Regina, with the latter word meaning Queen in Latin. Charles' cipher is now Beaker, standing for Charles III Rex, with the latter meaning King in Latin. 9 hours ago 09:25 Elise Hyam. Public firmly behind King Charles III, exclusive poll reveals. Another new poll conducted exclusively for Express.co.uk has found the British public has confidence in the new monarch, King Charles III. More than 2 in 3 are convinced he will make a good monarch, and a similar number support his idea to cut the number of working royals on the public payroll, according to a Savanta.com poll. The nationwide study also found that reducing the cost of the monarchy is the public's second biggest priority for the new king, which fits with his plan to prune the monarchy back. Read more. 9 hours ago 09:07 Elise Hyam. Netflix. The Crown expert says Queen was a team player. Robert Lacey, who has worked as a historical consultant to Netflix for its hit series The Crown, joined Dan Wootton on GB News to discuss the late monarch's reign as well as what Brits are in for with King Charles III. Mr. Lacey claimed the Queen's role as a team player was crucial in her reign. He said, "The most successful royals are the humble ones who realize it is not all about me." And you can immediately think of one royal who does think it is all about him and has come to grief as a result. Prince Charles has had tendencies in that direction. Read more. Image, Getty. 9 hours ago. 08:53 Elise Hyam. When did Meghan and Harry quit the royal family? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped down as senior royals in March 2020, a move dubbed Megxit. Following the move, they were stripped of their royal patronages and honorary military titles. The couple relocated across the pond to Montecito in Santa Barbara, where they now live with their 2 children, Archie, 3, and Lilibet, who turns 1 next month. Since leaving the UK, the couple has not stepped away from the spotlight, most famously taking part in a controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021. Image, Getty. 10 hours ago. 08:35 Elise Hyam. Sussexes should return to royal life, claims biographer. The rift between Prince Harry and his brother the Prince of Wales should be mended in light of the Queen's death, a royal expert has hoped. Royal biographer Tina Brown said, "This is an incredible moment to be used, and the country loved that feeling of unity. They loved seeing the brothers back together and marching as well, and it really was a beautiful sight to see them all back together. Let's face it, Harry is a magnificent man. He looked wonderful. I thought, funnily enough, the fact that he was wearing a civilian suit, not uniform. Your eye kind of went to him constantly in the crowd. But I think unless he gives up his book and these tell-all documentaries type stuff and stops doing the interviews, then there can be no trust. If he does that, I think there is very much a way, and I do actually think the royal family now needs them. There is a lot of work to be done." 10 hours ago. 08:20 Elise Hyam. King Charles does not have goodwill. That Queen had speaking on the podcast, Born to Rule, When Charles is King, published before Her Majesty's death on September 8. Journalist Keir Simmons and NBC royal commentator Daisy McAndrew discussed the tsunami the King now faces at the age of 73. Ms. McAndrew said, "Charles doesn't have any of that goodwill going into this job that Queen Elizabeth II had. Can you imagine if you'd been the bridesmaid and never the bride for your entire life? Most people would consider thinking about retirement or even be retired in their 70s, and you haven't actually achieved your main job. It's an extraordinary position to be in." Read more. 10 hours ago. 08:05 Elise Hyam. Kate praised for taking George and Charlotte to funeral. Parenting expert Gifty Enright said that her reassuring pats and squeezes were demonstrative of how confident and intuitive Kate is as a mother. She explained, "Death is a part of life, and by bringing them to the funeral, they got to see King Charles III and other members of the royal family displaying emotion. This normalizes their grief and validates their own pain and helps them navigate their confusion around death." Read more. Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Image, Getty. 11 hours ago. 07:50 Elise Hyam. Queen's jewelry collection to be passed down. The late Queen Elizabeth II's jewelry collection is now being passed down to members of the royal family. While some possessions pass directly to King Charles, others may become personal gifts to other royals. However, much of her collection belongs to the crown and not to the family itself. Many of her jewels were also part of the royal collection and would therefore be inherited by Charles. Read more. 11 hours ago. 07:38 Elise Hyam. Good morning from London. I'm Elise Hyam. I'll be bringing you all the latest developments on the royal family today. Please feel free to get in touch with me as I work if you have a story or tips to share. Your thoughts are always welcome. Email, elise.